Chapter 18, June 21st, 2033, Seattle, Washington, USA, 70th floor, a Lenny building, -59 degrees Fahrenheit, 1828 hours. Larry guided Gino to one of the stairs. He still seemed dazed. I shed my gloves, mask, and beanie and put them in various jacket pockets before placing the jacket on a coat rack. Everyone else followed suit. Larry stripped Gino of his outer layers, careful not to touch the blood. I retrieved a garbage bag from the supply room and put the bloodied clothes inside. Gino sat quietly in his chair, staring into space. He twitched every once in a while. A moment later, Jessie nudged open the door with one foot. She carried a plate with 4 steaming mugs on it with both hands. Once she had set the plate down on the table, she closed the door and handed mugs out. Larry took the first one and wrapped Gino's hands around it. Gino started coming around. He sipped at the tea. I thanked Jessie as I took my mug, then stood toward the back of the office, opposite Jessie. She sat in her chair across from Gino. Larry remained standing outside of arm's reach from Gino, leaning against the bookcase behind him. Gino seemed robotic to start, though he began to thaw as he drank the tea.
"Gino, hey, are you with us?"
Jessie asked gently. He shook his head as if that could clear the fog he was stuck in. I stayed in the back, watching him. Larry was also relaxed but watchful.
"Gino, come on, we need to talk,"
Jessie said. This time he nodded, starting to come around.
"Yeah, what do you want?"
Gino's voice was gruff and low. He sounded almost like he was sleep-talking.
"What's the last thing you remember, Gino?"
Jessie carried on in a soothing tone.
"Remember? Yeah, I remember." "Yes, Gino, what do you remember?"
He paused, then flinched. Tea sloshed in his mug.
"Dark. All around. So dark."
He began to get agitated, twitching in his neck and arms. I carefully put my tea down on the windowsill and watched as Larry put his on the desk. I stood, but signaled Larry to stay relaxed. I stepped a little closer.
"Darkness. Everywhere. Something in the darkness. Hissing. Talking. In my head."
Larry took a half step and gently removed the tea from Gino's hand. He was gesticulating wildly when he spoke, spilling tea. Then Gino stopped. He sat up straight and looked right at Jessie.
"Jessie, what?"
He looked around the office.
"What the fuck am I doing in here?"
Panic tinged his voice.
"Easy, Gino, you're in my office. Do you not remember coming in here?" No, not at all. What the fuck?" "Relax. You showed up about 10 minutes ago in the lobby. We heard some noise and you were just there, wandering around." "No, the last thing I remember is being on watch, coming back from the empty office, then darkness. That doesn't make sense. I had my flashlight."
I could still hear the panic, but it had lessened, replaced by confusion.
"You didn't have one when we found you,"
said Larry. I could see the concern on his face.
"I had my flashlight and my knife." "Knife?"
interrupted Jessie. I stepped within arm's reach of Gino. Neither of them looked at me. It was best to be prepared if anything went awry.
"Yeah, my knife. I grabbed it a few days ago on a trip. It was down in my car."
He patted his low back as he said this. Then his hand closed on a handle I hadn't seen before. He drew a massive knife out of a hidden sheath on the back of his belt. The knife had to be 12 inches from tip to handle, slick with a tarry fluid. He looked at it, as did the rest of us.
"Easy, buddy,"
stated Larry, hands suddenly free. He took a half step toward Gino.
"What is that?"
said Gino as he reached out with his other hand. Before either of us could stop him, he touched the oily black substance on the knife. As soon as he touched the fluid, he went completely rigid. I jumped forward and smacked his hand. The knife hit the floor, skittering across the carpet into the wall. I kicked the knife back toward Jessie's side of the desk, then stood back, watching Gino carefully.
"Gino, you in there, man?"
Suddenly, a guttural scream erupted from him, and he leapt at me. I blocked his arms as Larry lunged forward. his giant arms wrapped around Gino. I grabbed Gino's arms as he was flailing and gnashing his teeth. Larry repositioned and put his arm around Gino's neck. A moment later, Gino went slack, unconscious.
Jesse, don't touch that knife. Whatever that blood or whatever it is just made him freak, right?
Larry gently let Gino down, putting him into the recovery position. A moment later, Gino woke.
Ow.
He paused to cough.
What the fuck? Why am I on the floor?
Gino, do you not remember attacking me?
Dante, when the fuck did you get here?
Gino, dude, are you okay?
I said with concern.
My head is fucking killing me.
Larry pulled Gino up and made him sit in the chair. Then he pulled a pin light out of his pocket and shone the light in Gino's eyes.
Hey, watch where you're pointing that fucking thing, man. It's bright.
Gino, have you had any painkillers today? Or taken any drugs?
Fuck you, no! I don't do drugs,
Gino replied with a snarl.
Calm down, Gino. You haven't been exactly calm and collected since you came back, said Jesse. Came back from where? I was just on watch, then I'm here on the floor. What the fuck is going on?
Your pupils are completely dilated. Combined with the aggression, it's like you're on coke.
No way! I don't do drugs!
Easy, Gino. We think it was something you were exposed to. Do you remember anything from the last hour?
Gino twitched.
Just the darkness.
Without any further warning, he attacked Larry. Larry had evidently been waiting for it because he spun Gino around and put him in a chokehold again. Larry calmly spoke as Gino went limp again. This time Larry held it for a few seconds longer before once more putting him in the recovery position on the floor.
The high aggression, lack of pupil response, high heart rate all lead me to one conclusion. He's on something, like a combat cocktail of some kind. I saw the exact behavior in the sandbox.
Where would he even get something like that?
Asked Jesse.
No idea. Whatever that substance is, it acts like cocaine and adrenaline in one, replied Larry.
We have to make sure nobody touches that stuff, I said.
No shit, Dante,
snapped Jesse. I looked at her. The stress was evidently getting to her.
Well, what do we do with him until he's off whatever it is?
I said. Just then, Gino stirred. He'd been out for a solid 30 seconds this time. He sat up, looking around.
Why am I on the floor?
Larry knelt, looking in Gino's eyes. Then he used his flashlight again.
Ow! Don't do that, fucker!
His eyes are back to normal. That's not how that works.
Yeah, my eyes are normal. Can't you get out of my face, please?
What do you remember?
Asked Larry.
Standing watch, then waking up a moment ago. Why am I on the floor?
You attacked me.
Fuck no, I didn't. That's suicide. I've seen smaller buildings made from brick, and they won't hit me if I hit them.
I stifled a chuckle. It was a weird scene all around.
Wait, I do remember something. I saw lights in the building across the way and was coming back to grab someone. Then nothing till I woke up with Mr. Brickhouse in my face.
I thought for a moment.
Well, he seems better, but we should be careful. Let's keep him in the storage room for now.
Whoa! Why am I being locked up?
Like he just said, started Jesse.
You attacked Larry. No fucking way! That's suicide like I said! He could probably put a Mack truck into a submission hold.
It's true,
rumbled Larry. This time I did laugh. Jesse glared at me, but I saw the corner of Larry's mouth twitch. Bastard.
Knocking Gino out must have reset his brain or something, I said. Wait, what? Yeah, but why didn't it work last time?
Jesse asked over Gino's objection.
Whoa! I got knocked out?
Yeah, Gino. Twice. Stop attacking us and it probably won't happen again.
Us? Who is us?
He asked in confusion. You attacked me first, then woke up and attacked Larry.
Yeah, I could see attacking you. You're, normal sized.
Dude, I'm almost a full foot taller than you, I griped.
Larry was silently chuckling. I could see his shoulders hitching with suppressed mirth.
So you believe you would attack me, but not Larry?
I'm not suicidal, Dante.
Fucking whatever, man. You did.
Jesse broke in.
Look, we just need to keep this quiet. We definitely don't need people in a panic because of Gino flipping out. So, Gino, you stay in here, please. We'll be in and out to check on you. You're off of duty for the next day while we make sure you're okay.
Gino nodded, cowed by Jesse's commanding presence. I sighed, grabbed my tea, and left.